Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So things are looking great again today. So it's time to get ready for the Bitcoin pump. That's right. The Parabolic run is coming. I've been saying that for quite some time, but I have more news to share with you today that indicates that is coming. It's right around the corner. There's some massive moves being done right now. So let's talk about it, and let's talk about everything else that's going on today. All right, let's do it. Welcome. Yeah, we're back. Last night we dropped to 63,000. Now it's back up to 64.3. We are hitting this local resistance here. If you zoom out, you notice right around here, 64.7, right? That's what we need to break. If we break through that, we're getting to 67,000. But I do think today we have a really good chance of that. We may be heading to 67,000 by tonight. And that's because there are some great things happening today. First of all, U.S. market is looking pretty green. That's always good. When the broader market is pumping, generally speaking, that's good all around. You got NVIDIA up today, Coinbase, MicroStrategy up in a big way, Maro's up, Robinhood's up. Today's a big tech day, so that's good. But what's going on out of China? Well, right now, I've been talking about for quite some time, China is trying to stir up their economy, all right? Try to prop it up, just like how the U.S. did for quite some time, but then now they're doing it again. Both countries, it's not just China, both countries. But it does seem like China is a little bit more desperate right now. So they have taken a lot of measures right now to just hey, let's just get the money flowing. Let's get everyone to start spending and buying. What does this remind you of? China says it will give one-off cash handouts to people in extreme poverty in a rare announcement of direct aid. Sounds like stimulus checks. Exactly what the U.S. did a few years ago, right? So not only, recently, we know that they have been cutting rates. They have lowered their banking reserve requirements so that the banks can loan out more. They have said that now security products can go borrow money to buy stocks. Now they're giving out handouts. Not only that, and they're injecting $142 billion of capital into banks. What does that mean? Well, that means, yeah, they want their markets to soar, right? This is a massive liquidity event, massive liquidity injection, right? The U.S. is not quite there yet, but if the rate cuts don't do what Fed Chair Powell thinks they will do, then we will be doing the same thing. There will be more drastic measures, more stimulus, more cash injections. But, we're starting out with the rate cuts. Nevertheless, both of our countries, right, we're trying to figure out how to get liquidity going. And when we have liquidity events like this, generally speaking, very good. Very good for broader markets, for markets all around, for crypto, for all commodities and assets out there, right? So this is still happening, and it's quite good. One of the reasons why I do think that Parabolic run is coming. It all aligns. Everything is aligning, right? So from a macro perspective, this is pretty good. But of course, there's other things that's happening that contributes to this as well. Yeah. Oh, by the way, take a look at this. So if you think that, liquidity injections don't have anything to do with Bitcoin's rise, well, think again, look at this. Look at the last few times when Bitcoin went up, right? In 2021, right before that parabolic rise was right before a liquidity injection, or right after a liquidity injection. In July, when Bitcoin went back up to 69,000, another liquidity injection, right? And earlier this year, or earlier last year, when Bitcoin started moving up to 73,000, guess what? There was another liquidity injection, and there's about to be one right now where we are. So, just do the math, right? Put two and two together. So liquidity injections are great. especially for Bitcoin. In the US, also, we're waiting for that, but we're going slowly. But today we got some economic data that's pretty good. Okay, I guess it's not worse than expected, not better than expected. GDP is staying at 3%, which is okay. It's not going down any further. And PCE inflation is coming in at 2.8%, so it didn't go lower, didn't go any higher. So basically, bottom line is Fed Chair Powell can continue to do what he's doing, which is cutting rates, and will continue to do so for quite some time, right? The Fed fund rate just was cut by 50 basis points. The next one will be in November. The estimates are another 50 basis points, and then December of 25. So we are on our way. So the remaining of this year, we will get a lot of liquidity injections, and that's what we want to see, right? Right before the Santa rally, right before the elections, and right before the parabolic phase, right? It's all coming. It's all coming. So it's great. All great things. What else is there? ETF demand has rebounded in a big way. So whenever you see the institutions start buying up those ETFs, which forces the funds to buy more Bitcoin, that's always good. We have turned positive. Once again, we got these little brief moments of negative, but we are now in the positive once again. Yesterday was again massive, 105 million inflow, led by guess who? Guess who? I'll give you one guess. Yeah, that's right, BlackRock. Yesterday, BlackRock had a massive 184 million, so they are back. They had a lot of 0 days. They had one, the second negative day was September 9th, but since then they've been 0. Here's one inflow, and then the last few days, 11.5 million, 80 or 99 million, and then 184 million. Larry Fink is like, let's load up right now. And yesterday was interesting because you could see how there was two had massive right here. So Fidelity and I think that's ARK had massive outflows, but BlackRock's like, nah, we're buying. We're going to continue buying. So Larry Fink understands, and many institutions understand. This is the time to be buying ahead of what's coming, right? So if you put two and two together, the massive liquidity injections that'll be coming in China, in the US, in everywhere, in Europe too. ECB's cutting rates, Bank of England's cutting rates, Australia's cutting rates, Canada's cutting rates. Everyone is trying to jumpstart their economies with liquidity. That's generally a really good thing for markets, right? So a lot of people are loading up right now. A lot of people are loading up. Like I said, we do have a short-term resistance, 65,000, or you could say 64.8. That's what I just showed you guys, 65,000. But once we break through that, we're back to 70-something thousand in no time, right? The next phase is about, the next level is like 67, and after that, we're in the 70s. So again, we're not that far off. A lot of people tend to be bearish, thinking that we're so far off from our all-time high. We're not. Now the alts, yes, alts have taken a beating more than Bitcoin, but in recent days, we've seen alts come back. That's just generally what happens. Alts come back really fast, but they also dip really fast too. But regardless, that's why you got to have a good balance, right? You got to have that Bitcoin in your portfolio for the strength, for the resiliency, and also because of the graded asset we have. And then you have a little bit of crypto and alts in there too for the hyperbolic growth, but you don't want to go too heavy into it just yet. Addresses with at least one Bitcoin. 1 million unique wallets holding at least one Bitcoin, right? So that sounds like a lot. A lot of you guys do have at least one Bitcoin, so that's great. And 1 million does sound a lot, but 1 million out of 8 billion really isn't that much, right? So if you can attain at least one Bitcoin, if you could get at least one, you will be putting yourself in a really good spot. I think 0.27% of the world, which is really, really good. Keep in mind, 1 million unique wallets does not mean you have 1 million users too, because many people in crypto have like a dozen wallets or more, right? So honestly, that 1 million, it's really maybe like 100,000 people, okay? It's not even like a million people. So bottom line is, if you could get yourself to become a whole coiner and get at least one Bitcoin, which isn't easy to do. A lot of people think, oh, it's easy to get one Bitcoin. It's not. You have to have $64,000 to have one Bitcoin. There's almost virtually no one that around the world really could just pull out $64,000 from a bank account and buy a Bitcoin, right? There's a very, very small number of people that can, but for virtually everyone else that's working at 9 to 5, that's impossible. But how you could do it is DCA every day, right? Every day, a little bit at a time until you get it. And that's how so many people that have watched me over the years have attained at least one, and now they're working on their second or third or the fifth or the 10th. Just DCA over the long haul. That's it. Really that simple. But if you do attain it, you will be rewarded. You'll be rewarded. I saw a lot of people talk about Plan B in the live chat and on X. Some people love him. Some people hate him. He's predicting that Bitcoin will hit $1 million by the end of 2025. I don't know if that's going to be true. I think that's a little bit too bullish, even by my standards. But who's to say it won't happen? If the institutions FOMO with their billions and trillions of dollars, maybe it will happen, or maybe it won't. But we know Bitcoin's going to end up being a lot higher than where it is now, so who cares, right? So who cares? All we know is it's going to be higher. So bullish crossover on the 5-day chart. You could see the last two times we had this happen, Bitcoin went up over 70%. 79% back in October. Yes, October, which is coming in less than a week. Last time this happened, October brought us 79% gains. And then we had it happen again earlier this year around the March timeframe where we went up 74%. We're about to have that bullish crossover once again. Again, the stars are aligning. We're about to head into October with great macro conditions because of the liquidity injections, right? So do the math. Are we going to go up 70% from our current level? What would that, I'm just curious. What does that mean? 70%. So that means if we take our 64,000 right now and then we times it by 1.7, that would bring us up to $110,000 if we follow the same pattern. I did say that I believe Bitcoin will be in six figures by the end of the year. Do I believe that we will hit it in October? No, but this is not saying that we're going to hit it in October. But by the end of this year, to 100, 110, that's exactly what this is showing. This is what I said. Six figures by the end of this year. I've said that many, many times. Let's stick with it. And if this is true, if we're following previous patterns, that is what we will see. And people that panic sold or not bought the dip when we had our opportunity at 49,000 just like a month ago, or 52,000 or whatever, they will regret it. I can't wait. Speaking of Plan B, relative strength in the RSI, right? This is showing where we are in the cycle. As you can see, we're nowhere close to the previous tops. What this is showing is, yes, the parabolic phase, the parabolic run is coming. We're at that point when we start heading higher, right? Starting from October, and it's going to carry us into the new year. And 2025 is going to be more bullish than even this year. That's how it always works. I showed a video recently from back in January of 2023 when Bitcoin was like 20,000 or less, or 10,000. And I made some predictions, broader predictions. And I said we will hit a new high in 2024 and we will hit 200,000 plus in 2025. Let's see if it comes true. So far, I'm like 3 for 3. The fourth one will be next year. And all signs are pointing to we will have a fantastic year next year. Nothing is going to stop that. Here's another one. Adam and Eve, double bottom. If you are a chartist, again, showing a consolidation and going up. Here's a giant cup and handle that's been forming since 2022. It looks like we're about to break above. And again, when we break above, where are we going? Much higher. All signs are pointing upwards, right? You just have to have patience. You just have to have faith and believe and just HODL and DCA. That's it. That's the winning formula and you will be rewarded. It's just that simple. All right. That's pretty much it. Let's see. The US market is doing really well today. Everything is still in the green. MicroStrategy having a really good day, plus 4% right now. That's always good. MicroStrategy is the only stock since 2020, the number one performing stock at S&P 500, the only stock that has outperformed NVIDIA. So take a second and think about that. How amazing that is to outperform even NVIDIA. So that shows you the only thing more popular than AI is Bitcoin, right? NVIDIA is going up because it's a monopoly and it's hot because of AI. But the only stock that's hotter is MicroStrategy, and that's because they have fully gone in, all in on Bitcoin. So you could argue Bitcoin is the only thing hotter than AI. That's it. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let me scroll up here. Let's see. Scrolling. I didn't DCA last night because I was super tired. I couldn't stream, so I'm going to DCA tonight. Let's see here. All right. Hadi Abdul. This is your first question. I wonder, okay, so I did meet a G-Fault team, and the game is fantastic. It's going to come up in another video I'm doing, right? But I question your super chat. I wonder if you're actually part of the team because you have never made any comment ever on this channel. And now you're asking very specifically about one project. So it makes me very suspicious. The plans by Dan. We've been through it before, but I urge you to peep the byte chart again off camera before it prints. It's incoming God handles. I don't even know what byte is. Is that a meme or a digibyte? It's a meme. So I'll skip it. Thank you. Brianna says, I enjoyed your recent interview with Altcoin Daily, two of the most consistent channels. Yeah, I enjoyed doing that interview. Austin always asks some good questions, so thank you for that. 100,000 this year will kill so many short sellers. It will. Like, I still don't know why anyone shorts Bitcoin, but still, if they want to, fine. Yeah, and George, you reckon another BTC pullback before October? We're like 4 days away. So no, probably not. How are Austin Martins? Are they reliable cars? No. They're one of the most unreliable cars in terms of exotics. Let's see. Biggest winners today. WorldCoin, which is from Sam Altman, not a fan of it. StarkNet is okay. Shiba is up 12%, so good. Thorchain's up. Etna is up 12. WIF is up. Near is up 8%. Bread is up 8%. Today memes, a lot of memes. Pepe's up 8%. You got some good ones like Phantom and Injective. Bonk is up. Popcat is up. You got a lot of good movers today. No, WorldCoin is not connected. It's just created by the same person, Sam Altman. But he created WorldCoin to be like an AI detector project. So you had to get like surveillance. You had to scan your eyes and do KYC and all that stuff. So not a big fan. Yeah, a lot of people are asking about Big Red. Big Red is coming back, so that's good. Naeem is not giving up on that project. I've always said for meme coins, as long as the leader or leadership does not give up on the community, there's always a chance to come back. The problem is too many give up because they become discouraged or whatever, or they rug, and then that's when the community leaves and whatever. So it's good to see that Big Red is coming back. I really hope they do well this cycle. Are you more bullish on ADA or DOT this cycle? Neither. It's like choosing a rock or a hard place. You don't need to choose either. There are other options. Hattie, I watch CryptosRUs daily. Wanted to support the channel by asking my first question regarding my favorite product. Again, I think you're kind of making up for it. I appreciate it, but it was very, very weird. But anyways, if you are a true fan, I appreciate your support. And G-Fall is a great game. I played it. I met the BD and the CEO. The CEO didn't know who I was, but the BD did, and it was a fantastic game. Deputy Dog. As a cop, I'm the only one at my department with over 150 employees that own crypto. Why are there still so many people who are afraid? First of all, most people don't invest. So don't take it offensive, but most people you talk to don't even have any investments at all. So they're either not in a position to buy anything or they just don't care. So if you think about that, most people don't even have stocks. So if they're not gonna have stocks, they're not gonna have crypto. So just think about that. Um, but yeah, that's why so many people, to say it bluntly, stay poor. Habits for Humanity. Shout out for Vancouver Island. Love the show. Keep it going. Thank you. Can you do a survey how many coins your viewers have? I've done it before. It's not really appropriate. People should not share how many coins they have, to be quite honest. We need a poll, more polls. Is the guy okay from Crowd Comment? Yeah, the one that got a brutal knockout. Yeah, he's okay. What kind of polls do you guys want? Here's one. Man, whoever's voting on the poll is lying, man. It's 100%. Like everyone in here, I bet, is addicted to coffee. I was just saying this yesterday, how coffee's bad, and everyone's like, no, it's not. I'm addicted to coffee. Like, there's no way. You guys are all lying on that poll. Anyone who voted no is lying. Thoughts on Big Time? You mentioned before has climbed recently. To be quite honest, I didn't follow up with them for quite some time, so I don't know. Yeah, so last 2 days I was drinking tea in the morning because I want to get off coffee. But today I decided to go back to a little coffee. I was not feeling well the last few days. Sid Michael, watching you daily has changed my life. Thank you, my man. Thank you. Rob, I didn't say Ada has no chance. I didn't say that. I just said there's better options. You're just misquoting me, or you're just making up quotes. Man, if we could break through, which I think we will, if we could break through this stupid resistance right here, we're gonna be at 67,000 tonight. Like, yeah, just like break through 65. That's all we need to do. We haven't been able to break it since like here, August, right? So all the way back here. If we could break through this resistance right here, There's a lot of shorts probably piled on right here. If we could break through, we're back to 67,000. I don't believe that pull. I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna rage end it. Everything about interviewing Crypto Lifer? No. Has never once crossed my thoughts. What non-crypto YouTube channels do you watch? Really none. If I have any time to myself, I just go on TikTok. I actually don't search for any channels to watch for anything. Like, I don't enjoy any videos really of anyone because I just don't have time for it. And I just scroll through TikTok and get entertained that way. Sometimes if I pull up YouTube, you know, there's some stuff on my front page, whatever, I might click into it, but I never actively search for anyone to watch. Google says 93% of people drink coffee regularly. I believe that. I believe that. A lot of people are in denial. What's that? Someone, I just read a phrase recently. Not recently, but I heard it recently. Was it? It's easier. Oh, it's easier to lie to someone than convince them that they've been lied to. Yeah, something like that, which actually makes makes a whole lot of sense. Once someone like has this belief, it's really hard to change them out of that belief, even though that belief could be a lie. So it's easier to lie to someone than try to convince them that they've been lied to. If you think about it, it's actually 100% true. Oh, is that from Mark Twain? I didn't know that, but it's very insightful. Pre-Sean AOS, I bought 10K at 69 cents. Okay, so you're just asking me to shill it. Congrats if you made some money. Eric Selvin, heavy into, you have some weird symbol. I don't know what project. Is it aerodrome or what? Heavy into something since springtime. What's the biggest danger for me here, where and when to start putting profit back into Bitcoin and start putting back? I have no idea what project. Okay, I think you're just asking a generic question of like when to take profits and when to put money into it. Like, I just say just don't time it. Just DCA, just dollar cost average according to the schedule. So take the guessing out of it. That's really what it comes down to. Don't try to time it. If you want to take profits, fine. As we go higher, make sure you have a profit taking schedule. And the easiest way is to just set a percentage. Like if you have 25% in cash, stick with it. So if your portfolio starts going up in a big way, start selling off, make sure that cash pile is 25%. What are your thoughts on Pepe Unchanged? If that's a new meme, that's horrible. So that's my opinion. Let's see. Can we do a 100K party stream? You know, someone said that I should have some kind of like 100K party thing. I would consider it. I just don't know when that's going to happen. But if we hit 100K before the end of this year, I may just do like a Vegas party or something. And I don't know the requirements for an invite. You can't just be everyone. So I don't know. Maybe the NFT holders, I am George NFT holders, they get invited. That makes a whole lot of sense. Like maybe Patreon members, I am George NFT holders. Yeah, something like that. I will seriously consider that. I just don't know when it's going to happen. I had two parties in Vegas before at Mandalay Bay, who is now shut down. So I think they shut it down because they're rebuilding a Hard Rock, or they're building a new Hard Rock. Do you think Ethereum stays second place for next cycle? No, I don't. I do not. I do not. Matthew Bain, I see ya. I see ya. Oh, the Mirage is up? Oh, okay. I thought Mandalay Bay was shut down. Okay. Um, Dopey Dave says, I send super chat, never figure out how to add a comment. Do I use a gimbal for my walk videos? I just use the Pocket Cam, the DJI Pocket 3. It comes with a built-in gimbal. That camera is awesome, but it's quite expensive. It's like $600, $700. Yeah, it's really good for like vlogging and stuff. Where do you see Sol at the peak of next cycle? Like $2,000 plus. I think I'm very bullish on Sol. Thank you, Dave. Man, we break 65K. Ooh, it looks like we're about to. Like I said, if we break through that, it'll be 67 tonight. Looks like that's what's going to happen. If we continue this momentum, which I think we will. Stacks is still on fire, plus 8%. Jupiter's on fire, plus 7%. You got Near Protocol up 12% today. Pepe's up 9%. Avalanche up 6%. Today's a good day, guys. What did I say? Liquidity injection from China is happening. It's happening around the world, but more importantly in China, in the US, the two largest economies on the planet. And when that happens, good things happen with assets. Brian says, do you think your December live views will be 10K again? Yeah, I had some live views. I think one time when Bitcoin crashed, it was like minus like 15,000 or something. Or one time Bitcoin pumped. I think the most live views I ever had was like 15,000. I would love to see my live views at like consistently at 5, 6, 8,000. Potato asks, is it Lambo time? Not quite there yet. But if we could break 65 and continue to 67 by tonight, we're in a really good shape. Really good shape. I mean, I've been saying 6 figures by the end of this year, and this is exactly what this is showing. The last 2 times we had this bullish crossover, we went up by 70-something%. If we go up 70% from our current level, we will be above 100,000 by the end of this year. It'll be like 110. That's exactly where I called it. I said somewhere between $100,000 to $120,000. I even said that in the Altcoin Daily video interview recently. You know, I would say my long-term predictions are pretty accurate. Short-term, hey, I have no idea. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or next week. But long-term, I just look at data. I just look at what has happened before and put it all together. And so far, so good. What do you think about overall crypto market cap this bull run? Will it hit 7 to 8 trillion? I think it will go above that. We are at 2.26 trillion. I'd say we go above 10 trillion by the end of this cycle. Bitcoin itself will go to 5 trillion. So everything else is going to start adding up. So yeah, I think we're going to be above 10 trillion. Oof, MicroStrategy up 6% today. Mara up 6%. Coinbase up 4%. A new member, welcome. When does this cycle end? I'd say sometime in 2025. Maybe not all the way at the end, but it'll be like Q4. Q4. BITO ETF. Well, it's just like any other ETF, right? It's just like, is it a Bitcoin ETF or is it something else? I mean, ETFs, if you have a lot of money into your brokerage account or whatever, and you just can't buy physical Bitcoin, then go with the ETF, right? Or MicroStrategy. Actually, MicroStrategy stock has outperformed even Bitcoin, which is amazing. So if you can't buy Bitcoin, then go buy MicroStrategy stock, is my opinion. Will I become a billionaire by the end of this bull run? No, no. Maybe the IFC will make me a billionaire, but not with my just my holdings. No, nowhere close. Oh shoot! I closed my chart. Now it's not loading anymore. Come on. Too many people checking their charts. It won't even load anymore. Yeah, seriously, TradingView won't load it for me. What the hell? Oh, here we go, finally. Let me get the volume up here. Volume. Yeah, a little bit over here. We actually need a little more volume, I think, to push us like higher. Just a little bit more. Man, normally I would get off now, but I see the live viewers actually increasing. Everyone's excited about this. Yeah, it's looking good. I wish I had that. Maybe I can pull it up here. Let's see if I have. No, I was looking for. We're about to shatter 65, which is great. I wish I had that calendar, which show traditionally that September is a bad, right? Historically bad month for Bitcoin. But I did say when we started September, I'm like, just because it has been like that doesn't mean it will be like that, right? Especially when we had the big FOMC meeting coming up. I'm like, we could turn green. And that leads us into October. And that's exactly what's happening right now, right? So a lot of people were very fearful earlier this month. And yeah, we had some volatility. But hey, I'm like, FOMC meeting is a big deal. 50 basis point cut is a big deal. Tom, I have no idea what BITO is. Isn't it the same as the other ETFs? Dividend yield 52.41%. Yeah, that's not right. Something fishy about that. LUIV. I appreciate the questions, but do not at me. At CryptosRUs. Anyone that does it will be ignored. And if you do it too much, you get silence. So don't do it. BITO is Bitcoin's futures ETF. Okay. Did you enjoy the curry laksa noodle in Singapore? Yes, I would say that's my new favorite soup. Oh, we just hit 65 briefly. There we go. We just hit 65. We haven't hit 65 in a long time. Oh no, I take that back. We hit it briefly here. August 25th. So about a month ago. Okay, so we just need to shatter this. We hit 65,053. We shattered through that. Then the last time would be like, ooh, August 2nd. Let's fix that. Yeah, we just need to break above this. I'll just leave this up. Do you think this is a make or break cycle for Matic like it is for ADA? I kind of agree with that assessment. If they don't do well this cycle, the other chains are going to take over. And that's quite honestly the reality of it. So I do believe you are correct there. But again, in a bull cycle, everything does well. Everything starts going upwards, even the worst chains out there. So it'll be really hard for them not to climb back up, I think. MCT, haven't seen you in a while. Bitcoin has really been stuck with NASDAQ movements. In your opinion, how well do you think Bitcoin does in a minor or major recession? I don't know. We went through a recession already. It's hard to tell. We're kind of in a minor recession already. So, yeah, I can't tell you. I don't know if you're asking because you think 2025 we're going to go into recession at this point. I think there's zero chance of that. Zero. You know why? Because the Fed will continue to cut rates. And if it still doesn't work, they're going to inject more money into the system because they can. They can print an unlimited amount and inject more and prop up the economy. And they will continue to do so until inflation becomes out of control. So I think right now there's zero chance of the U.S. going into recession. There could be pullbacks, but a full-blown recession, I don't think so. Ooh, look at that. We're 65 too. Yeah, we're heading to 67, guys. That's exactly where we're heading. We're heading to 67,000. That red mark right there, that's where we're heading tonight. Do you think if Kamala wins, it could have bad impact on altcoin season? No, I do not. I don't think either candidate matters. Altcoin season and Bitcoin top is going to come no matter what. Just got liquidated on my 100x short. Yes, I know, stupid decision. I hope you're joking on that. Why would you do a 100x short? Like, I kind of want to know if you're telling the truth. Look at that volume. Look at that volume pour in. I don't know if we could hold. Let's see if we could hold, but that volume is looking pretty good. I know Atif. George, I know you love cars, but how much percentage of wealth should be spent on a car? Very little. Very little. Cars normally depreciate, so don't even think about investing in cars as assets until you have more than enough money. So that's honest truth. All right, guys, I'm gonna have to let you guys go. Man, the number of people watching keeps on increasing now. It's almost 4,000. I do appreciate you guys tuning in, but I gotta hop off. But it's been really good, guys. I mean, overall, what's happening right now is China is giving out a lot of money. Okay, to sum it up, China is giving out a lot of money. They're doing massive liquidity injection right now. Okay, and this is what happens when China gives money, and it's happening in the U.S. too. That's why we're having these rate cuts, right? In a way, it's just cash injection. When you have a lot of cash injections, assets go up. So that's what's happening right now. And the fundamentals of Bitcoin has never been better. And we got the charts, the metrics, we got historical movements all on our side. It's just looking good. It's just looking real good. All right. Have a good one, guys. I will see you guys tonight, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Let's see if Bitcoin will be at 67,000 by tonight. All right. Have a good one. Take care.